Ever feel like you're in a constant losing battle with your own brain? Trying to manage ADHD or just executive function struggles with nothing but sheer willpower? Well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to explore a system that goes way beyond just trying harder. It's about building something that actually works with your brain, not against it. Let's dive in. Okay, let's just get this out of the way right now. If you have been white-knuckling your way through your to-do list and just feeling like a total failure at the end of the day, it is not you. The strategy is flawed. The sources we're looking at today are crystal clear about this. Relying on willpower alone, it is a recipe for burnout, every single time. So yeah, what you've been feeling is completely valid. So if willpower is not the answer, then what is? Well, it's about changing the game completely. We're not looking for more effort. We're looking for a better design. The whole goal is to create a structure, a system that you can lean on, especially on those days when your motivation has just packed its bags and left town. And here it is. This is that system. We are going to walk through a really simple, but honestly, incredibly powerful 3-tier framework. I want you to think of this as your personal roadmap for managing not just your tasks, but your entire approach to getting things done. Just look at how these tiers build on each other. Tier 1, your environment, that's the foundation. And that's where you're going to get the fastest impact. Tier 2, that's the structure you build right on top of it, your skills and habits. And finally, Tier 3, treatment, provides that professional support to make the whole system run smoothly. The key thing to remember is they all have to work together to create real, lasting change. So let's start with that foundation. Tier 1, redesigning your environment is, by far, the single fastest way to see an improvement. Why? Because you're changing the world around you instead of trying to change your brain overnight, which, let's be honest, is a much taller order. The core idea here is something called the friction principle, and it is so simple, but so effective. You make the things you want to do incredibly easy to start, and you make the things you don't want to do much, much harder. So you lower the friction for your good habits, and you increase it for all those distracting ones. It's kind of like you're brilliantly setting up your future self for success. Okay, so let's look at a few really practical ways to apply this. The idea that visible is my brain just means that your important stuff, keys, wallet, medication, gets one permanent, visible home. A start kit totally removes the friction of beginning a task by getting everything you need ready to go beforehand. And this concept of body doubling is fascinating. It turns out that just having another person around, even if they're just silently on a video call, can help your brain click into work mode. All right, let's build on that with Tier 2. Once your environment is starting to work for you instead of against you, you can really start to focus on upgrading the skills and habits that are going to make this whole system stick for the long haul. Oh man, we have all been here. You've got this huge, vague task on your list, like clean the garage. Just looking at those words on a piece of paper can be completely paralyzing, right? It feels so massive that you don't even know where to start, so you just don't. The solution is to break it down into the absolute tiniest possible next action. So what's the very next physical thing you have to do? It's not organize. It's walk to the garage. It's not sort things. It's pick up one single item. This technique totally bypasses your brain's overwhelm switch and just gets you moving, which is always the hardest part. Another absolutely crucial skill is managing emotional regulation. So next time you feel that rush of frustration or anger and you're about to fire off a nasty text, just try the 90-second rule. Pause, start a timer. That tiny window of time is often all your brain needs to shift from a reactive state to a responsive one. The mantra here is so powerful. Recover, don't react. Okay, on to our final tier, and it is really, really important to frame this the right way. Seeking professional help is not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign you failed. It is a strategic choice for efficiency. Plain and simple, it's about getting the right tools for the job. I want you to think of things like cognitive behavioral therapy or ADHD coaching as practical, hands-on training. This isn't just about talking. It's about building real-world skills. A good coach can help you turn a big, fuzzy goal like, I want to stop procrastinating, into a concrete, actionable plan that actually works for your brain. And let's touch on medication for a second. It's so important to see it as just one of many tools in the toolbox. The goal is never, ever to change who you are. Instead, think of it like a tool that helps your brain use its brakes and its accelerator a little more effectively, making it easier to stay on task or manage impulses. But in this part is absolutely non-negotiable. This is always a conversation to have with a qualified medical professional to figure out if it's the right choice for you. So we've covered the entire system, but what good is all this theory without action, right? So let's turn this into practice with one simple first mission. And don't worry, this isn't some long, overwhelming to-do list. It's just one simple thing. That is it. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to create just one start kit. Maybe it's for your morning workout. Lay out the shoes, the clothes, the water bottle. Or maybe it's for paying your bills. Get the checkbook, the stamps, and the envelopes all in one tray. Just pick one recurring task and make it ridiculously easy to start. You see, the big takeaway here is this. Managing ADHD isn't about fighting your brain. It's about designing a world where your brain can win. It's about creating the right structure for yourself. So as we close out, I'm just going to leave you with this question. What's the one thing you'll make easier for your brain this week?